Greetings. Greetings. I'm in Istanbul, Turkey. If anyone is joining this stream late, you can see the view from my hostel here in Antique Hostel. It's called Antique Hostel, a really beautiful hostel with a wonderful view. Look at this. That's the sea. That's looking over to the Asian side of Istanbul, I believe. I'm pretty close to the Blue Mosque. I'm in the most touristic area. It's actually really not my favorite area because everywhere I go, people are like, "My friend, I have a rug. I have a rug. Turkish delight," which is fine because people are trying to sell their wares, trying to make some money. But I was just over on the Asian side of Istanbul, and I loved it over there. Everything was literally 4 times cheaper than this side, which is probably normal price for things. And the currency's pretty messed up here in Turkey anyway, so I don't know what's cheap and what's expensive. But over here, everything is 4 times the price. Like a cup of coffee, they have it marked as 60 lira in the menus. And so when I go for a coffee around here, around the Blue Mosque, I go 60 lira, and they go, "What price is good for you, my friend?" I'm like, "It's a coffee. I shouldn't be negotiating." But that's the way things are in this area. But at least I got this really cool hostel, and it's called Antique Hostel. And this is the kitchen. Every morning we get free breakfast. I don't usually eat breakfast, but it's one of those traditional Turkish breakfasts that come with like olives, cheese, and all sorts of delicious jams. And like when they give you a Turkish breakfast, they give you a basket of bread, but you get chocolate sauce like Nutella, jam, cream cheese in these triangles, ton of olives, some lunch meat, and unlimited tea usually. It's great. Anyway, I thought I'd hop on and say hi. So I've really today I looked at the views on my first Istanbul video and it's barely breaking 300 views. And I'm just like, why am I even YouTubing? I'm getting frustrated because in the meantime, I was looking up Istanbul videos, and there's these videos that are like walking tour, and it's just guys walking around with some kind of hidden camera. And when the hotties go by, they just focus on the hotties, and then they follow the girl as she goes by to make sure they get the full shot of the girl. And I don't mind putting hotties in my videos, but that's the sole focus of the video under the guise of it being a travel video. And they go, "Here's some Turkish delights." And the same thing happens in Medellin. All over the world, there's this guy, Rami Travels, and sometimes he's like, "Look at this church," but the whole point of the video is just to focus on the girl's butt, to focus on her boobs. And it's very exploitive. And the problem is that YouTube rewards these channels. Channels that started 1 year ago that have like 60 videos. I've got 130 videos. They have 100, 200,000 subscribers. Their videos get millions of views. I guess that's human nature. But they're under travel, when really it should be under like masturbatory, pornography. So like the whole point of it is just, men. I get it. Like men are like, "Oh, I wonder if the girls are hot in these countries," and that's fine. Like, but when the only point of your channel is just to show the attractive women, then that's really exploitation. And I thought, why am I doing this? These guys are making $100,000 a year, and they've only been, most of these channels, these street walk channels, they've only been doing this for a little bit of time, and they have so many subscribers because who doesn't like to look at the beautiful women, right? And then I've been doing this over a year, and I put out a video and it gets 300 views. I'm like, okay, so maybe I have to be like, "Here's Tony in the most dangerous, I'm going to the most dangerous location in whatever country," or if I learned a language and went into the Sahara Desert and lived with some nomads or something, that would be interesting. I'm not doing stuff like that. So I'm really thinking at this point, why am I making videos? I started off as a hobby, to be like, well, I'm traveling, I might as well make videos. And people who watched my first videos, they said, wow, it's really great. Like, I think you're really good at it. You've got some talent. And so I kept doing it. I kept doing it, even though the growth was so slow. And I know a little bit about search engine optimization. So I put some SEO in my videos, like, Mexico City, travel, like you put these things in your keywords and you tag it so that you hope people looking for these places will find it. But I never wanted to do like cheesy music and be like top 10 things to do in Guatemala. Like, I just wanted to do like a Bald and Bankrupt style, Gabriel Traveler style, like vlog. Like, here's my experience in a new place. Hopefully, maybe you've never seen it before and you could join me on the journey. And growth is really slow when you do that kind of content because there's just so many people doing it. And the reason people usually find travel vloggers is because they look up a place like Istanbul, for example. They might Google Istanbul and then they find your video if you're a vlogger, and if they like your personality and they like your content, they'll subscribe. But when you change countries, all those people who subscribe to you, they stop watching. And so, like, nowadays you really have to find a niche. Like, I met a guy who's really an expert at languages, and I can't remember the name of his channel, but he's a polyglot, so he speaks like 6 or 7 languages, and his whole channel's focuses on teaching language, right? So like a guy like Rami Travels or Magic City or Creepy Touching or whatever these channels are called, their whole point is like, watch this channel so that you can get off looking at women on the street. And they'll slow motion zoom in on them and stuff like that. That's a niche. It's a big niche, right? Because it's sex. And so I found in my own channel, the top 5 videos I have are all about sex or fear. My top 5 videos are: is this city dangerous? Is Mexico City dangerous? Is like Bogota dangerous? Dating danger in Colombia got 30,000 views, and it was for men. It was dating dangers in Colombia for men, and I had 30,000 views, and it kept going up until that other vlogger stole my headline and used it, and I lost all that traffic. But negativity and fear and sex, that's what YouTube wants. They know that's what people watch. That's what sells, right? So as a young vlogger in 2022 on a platform that's like so flooded with other people traveling, it's really easy to travel nowadays. It's really easy. It's cheap to make videos. It doesn't cost anything. How do you stand out? And what's the point of doing it if the same content has been done over and over, and YouTube's not going to reward you with 10,000 views, 20,000 views, unless you have something really unique or really special. I don't know. I'm getting tired of like putting all this effort into it. It takes like days to film a video and then edit it. It might take 6 hours, 7 hours in total. I don't mind the filming part so much, but the editing is a bit of a time consuming thing. And all that time that I'm editing video, I'm a freelance writer, right? I could be using that time to work on books, to work on online courses, to be attracting clients. And I do this like, so some people I've been complaining to, they're like, well, why do you do it? Do you enjoy it? Is it a hobby? And I say, yeah, sure, I enjoy it, but I'm ambitious. That's why I do it. Because, men are generally, men generally seem to understand ambition a lot more than women do. I don't know why that is, but you want to have a purpose, you want to have a goal, you want to have like an end game, not just creating videos so that I have something to do during the day, but I want to build a business out of it, ideally. But at the same time, I'm not sure what kind of business. I don't want it to be like here's my 27 travel tips with, like a drone shot and stuff. It's not my style. I want it to be more on the ground, and I just don't think it's going to take off anytime soon, and I'm spending a lot of time on it. So I'm really considering quitting the travel YouTube thing. And I know some of you will be like, don't do it. But this is time I'm spending building something that doesn't want to build unless I do something radically different. And I'm just not that gung-ho about being the world's biggest travel vlogger, and that I would have to do all the things like one thing that's really big is like going to like Africa and going to like the smallest village and being like, black people see white men for the first time, like that kind of stuff. Or if you go to Medellin and you just interact with a lot of women, then you'll blow up because there's so many horny men looking up Medellin trying to find out stuff about dating. So if it's not focused on dating and it's not focused on really weird danger shit or racist stuff, YouTube just won't reward you with views. It has to be extravagant. It has to be extreme now to get any leverage. So, or you got to have a real niche. So I've been really thinking, like, what's my niche? I actually considered just paying a kid, like getting some like kid to just strap on a GoPro and just creep film girls, and I'll pay him like $30 a day. And these creep filmers, they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars from these videos. I mean, I have integrity, so I won't do that. Hey, Matt, what is next after Eastern Europe? Well, I'm not in Eastern Europe. I'm in Istanbul. I'm in Turkey. So after this, I'm actually supposed to go to Montenegro to meet a friend, and she's a beautiful woman that was in some of my older videos, and she invited me to come stay at her house. So I might go there to Montenegro, and after that, I'm not sure. I would actually, honestly, I would love to go to Africa. I want to go to India. I want to go back to Thailand and Vietnam. I would like to do a motorbike trip across Vietnam. I won't quit being a digital nomad. I'm just considering not making travel vlogs anymore because it takes up a lot of time for very little reward. It's a bit of an ego boost, but like someone was saying when I was thinking about this before, like, well, you should do these talking videos because they're your best videos. When I'm giving like life advice or some kind of philosophy or just ranting and stuff like that, those take those take more time and more work, and those videos haven't done much better than my rant videos. The videos that do good are when I'm like, watch out when you date women in Colombia because they might put scopolamine in your drink, drug you, and steal everything that you own. Boom, 30,000 views. Or is Mexico City really a dangerous place? Boom, 10,000 views. Anything else doesn't do well unless it's danger, fear, or sex. So that's why I'm getting disillusioned with YouTubing. I've got the core group of men who like to watch my videos. I don't know if any women watch my videos, which is normal because YouTube is mostly men. So other than getting once a month, someone will be like, "Oh, you're Tony Travels," and I'm like, "That's cool." Maybe they buy me lunch. That's kind of cool. There's not really a lot of benefit to all the time I'm putting into it because I'm an artist. More than an entrepreneur, but I'm also an entrepreneur and a writer, but I'm a writer. People don't know this about me, but I write books. I've got novels. I used to be a life coach. I was a dating coach, and I flew all over the world teaching men how to meet women. I used to be very, very shy, like abysmally shy. And I really I got over that through a lot of work to the point where I was able to teach other people how to do that. But I did that for over 10 years and I just got bored of it. And then because I had created this online sort of business, I was able to travel a lot and I love traveling. I thought, well, I should start YouTubing it because I'm going to these places anyway. Maybe something will come of it. And I said, I'll give it 2 years. And it's approaching 2 years. And, I know a lot of other guys are like, a lot of other YouTubers are like, wow, I would love to have 2,300 subscribers. It's so hard. But honestly, I look at a lot of their content and their strategy, and they're not doing the basic things right, which is consistent videos. I've hardly taken a break. They're not making consistent videos, and a lot of the times their videos don't have a story or a purpose. And so it's just like, here's me and my friend walking around. And I do a lot of those videos too, and they just don't do very well. What does really well is like, I'm going to go across Turkey by bike drunk, or I'm going to go to the most dangerous Puebla in Guatemala wearing a Trump shirt. Like that kind of shit, it's going to do big, right? But like my friend Nolan, Seal on tour, he went to we were in Medellin and he took the tram up the hill to some random neighborhood and started walking around vlogging. He was quickly surrounded by gang members with guns, asking him what the hell he was doing filming, and he freaked out. And that was the end of his like, here's me in the most dangerous neighborhood. vlogging career. A lot of these vloggers, you look at their channels and it's like extreme travel on the border of Syria, and they're just in like really safe places, but they use this kind of clickbait because that's the only thing that catches on nowadays. It's sex, fear, or violence. And it's a real drag. I don't know if I want to contribute to that. So unless I go and I become a guru or something, like I'm not really that spiritual. Like, what do I do on YouTube? I don't know. I could become an affiliate marketer or something, but just making travel videos, as much as I like it, I could be working on my next novel in all that time. I could be studying copywriting, improving my craft. But even if I go buy a drone and get a hot girlfriend, there's a million other people that are going to the same places as me. I'm going to maybe Antalya in Turkey, and maybe I'll go to these cities, but I'm not doing like super extreme, weird stuff most of the time. People like my channel because they say I'm funny, and maybe they want to go where I'm going and live vicariously through my travels. But at this point, yeah, I'm really thinking about just not making videos for a while. And it's hard for me though, because I put so much work into this. It might not seem like work, but it is. I know a lot of people that don't they record all their videos, but they never edit them. And editing takes a lot of time. And I just don't want other people to do it. But look at this place I'm at. Wow, man. Turkey is dope. Well, come on, there we go. Turkey, I did not expect this. What do I think about Turkey so far? So I love the food. Some of the best food I've had traveling, honestly. It's clean. It's like good quality. It's inexpensive. And they have a good variety of meat dishes. They use a lot of spices and herbs and vegetables, which is a big problem I had in Latin America. They just don't really like vegetables. You get like a shitty salad, it's like some lettuce chopped up with a piece of tomato. But here in Turkey, they have all kinds of salads. They have all kinds of yogurt-based dishes. They don't just have like a chunk of chicken or a chunk of beef, but they'll mince it, and then you can get chicken wings, or you could get a soups. I love soups, and they have a whole bunch of soups, and they have these cafeterias everywhere. And the treats, oh my God, the Turkish delights and the chocolate here. And the architecture isn't as interesting, but it's not ugly. Like I actually really like ugly Soviet architecture. I'm really like Bald and Bankrupt. I'm kind of obsessed with Soviet uh, brutalist or whatever it's called. That sort of weird architecture from the Eastern European stuff. I'm definitely going back to Eastern Europe though. I want to go to Poland. I've been to Poland, but I didn't record any of it. But right now I'm really like thinking like, am I going to make more videos? Because I've got a novel brewing in my head, and I was thinking about starting a, a book writing business, basically writing genre stories. And it's hard to do video editing and work as a copywriter and do anything else. But I just don't see a bright future in YouTubing. The growth is like this. And unless I do some extremely weird shit, focus on sex or focus on fear and violence, I don't see any way to get it to go up. Unless I go to Africa and live in a tribe and become a white god or something. Like, what do you have to do? I don't know. I'm too late to the game, I think. What? What, Barone? Hey, Tony, guess what? What, John? ST, what's your definition of success on YouTube? Success? Well, when I put out a video that takes me 6 hours and I get 300 views in 4 days, like my last Istanbul video, I go, what is going on? Okay, that means the core people who are following me, there's only about 300 of them after almost 2 years of vlogging. Because anyone from Guatemala, they don't care about Turkey. So as a travel vlogger, it's really tough. And it's the same way for all travel vloggers, because you build this audience. But it's like, if you're like into knives, say you have a YouTube channel about knives, everyone knows you as the knife guy. And every day you're reviewing a new knife, you're doing ninja flips with it. I should learn how to be a knife guy. So you're always going to go for your knife content. But if you're going for your Guatemala content, you're like really into Guatemala content, and all of a sudden Tony's in Colombia. You're like, what the hell? No more Guatemala stuff. Next. So travel vloggers need shitloads of subscribers in order to be relevant at all. and every time they change countries, their viewership collapses. And success, I would like to make a living doing it, to be honest. Why else do it? For the ego boost? Because I'm an artist? No, because it's not that artistic. I don't think it's that creative or intellectual. It doesn't challenge me that much. When I do the deeper videos, like the philosophical videos, I actually plan those out and I write a script and I get all my bullet points, and they take longer, but they're more fulfilling. They're definitely fun. And I like doing live streams too. I like just talking. But success would be like making at least $2,000 a month, because from there I could really grow it. But the kind of travel that I do, which is just normal, it's just normal travel. It's not anything extreme. To get to 2,000 views or $2,000 a month, I need at least like 15 to 20,000 views per video. I'm barely breaking 1,000. If I break 1,000 views on a video, I'm like, okay, good. That's the base minimum. Some of them get to 2. Some of my older videos in Guatemala were doing really well. But when I change countries, it just collapses again. I'm so Instagrammable. I know this view, right? I thought I was in this hostel here, and I thought this is very Instagrammable. I'm gonna do a live stream because look at it. I've been playing around with TikTok a little bit. Hey, come on, there we go. Look at that. Istanbul's awesome, man. It's such a cool city. It's such a cool city. I had no idea how cool it was here. I thought it'd be all like, dirty, sort of Bangkok style poverty everywhere. You hardly see poverty, even though the economy is kind of fucked up. People are really good looking. The food is great. It's very modern, clean, great public transportation. Really great public transportation. Takes a bit too long. Tuborg, alcohol's a bit expensive. That's fine because I don't drink that much. But yeah, I love Turkey so far. I can't wait to see more. I'm gonna travel around Turkey a bit, but it's getting really hot. John Barone, good thinking, Tony. You've been looking at my videos, Andrew Jones. I used to look at your videos to see how the hostels where you were staying in. Well, that's cool that you're interested in the hostels. A lot of people would make fun of me in the comments, like, why are you staying in hostels? You're a grown man and da 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 da. I'm not broke, not even close. I've got plenty of money, but I value freedom over money. Sometimes when I get frustrated of being in a room with a bunch of people, sometimes you get grumpy. I'll go and I'll get a private room. But in some countries, you're going to find a place for under $30 a night is really tough. And I don't like spending more than $30 a night to sleep. Because when I was in Mexico, I have some videos. I rented this really nice big apartment. It had a pool for a month, and I paid $900 in Puerto Escondido. And I had this great big room. I was working full time as a copywriter, so I wasn't making a lot of videos. I have something on my screen here. Oh, no, that's on the window back here. And I never had anybody over. I would go out all the time. I'm like, yeah, I have this palace room. What am I doing with it? Unless you have a girl, if you're a guy and you meet a girl and you want some place to impress her and have privacy, then it helps to have a private room. Like when I'm single and I'm feeling like, yeah, I need to meet a woman now. I need some intimacy. Then I'll get a private room and I'll put my mind on like meeting women. But that's not on my mind very often anymore. More so it's on other objectives having to do with career and life and stuff. So yeah, I don't mind dormitories even though I'm older. Yeah, I'm in my 40s. You might not believe that, but I am. Your videos are honestly really good. People just got to catch on. Well, thank you. I mean, I think there's this old saying, if you build it, they will come, or content is king. And that's not the case anymore. Content isn't king anymore. Now you have to know marketing. And if you don't know marketing, you're not going to make it in internet marketing. And that's all this is. What is marketing? It's just getting more people to see your product, right? And then sales is converting those viewers into buyers. Right now, it's tough on YouTube because it's not new anymore. It's very old. So if you just got into TikTok, you could do really great. Like one of my friends, Seal on Tour, he's another YouTuber. he's doing amazing on TikTok, but he doesn't really know how to make money off of it. He has a little thing with Hostel World. And why do we want to make money? Well, because who doesn't want to make money doing something fun like making videos or writing books? If you're an artistic, creative person, a skateboarder, an athlete, maybe, that's kind of a great way to make a living. And so who wouldn't want to do it? But you have supply and demand. And right now, there's a lot of supply and a lot more than demand. So you either got to outlast all of these other people to build up your audience slowly, or you got to find an angle. Like Ace Live, he's a really great success story. Like if you look up Ace Live on YouTube, um, what I do when I see like other travel vloggers, like Ace Live, oh, it went down the wrong way. Travel vlogger dies live on live stream. That would get like 1 million views. I'll sort by oldest and I'll look at what their oldest videos were doing as far as performance. And I'll see at what point was it that they really take off. And Ace Live really took off when he went to Colombia. But he said in the video, like, I was doing tons of videos and they were just small videos and nobody really cared until a certain point. Finally, it took off after a few years. And so it's kind of like when you're YouTubing, it's like, or doing any kind of art, it's like, how long do I keep cranking out this one style, waiting for it to hook? Like Pablo Picasso wasn't always doing that sort of impressionist artwork. He was an amazing artist who could draw lifelike pictures of anybody, but it wasn't catching on, So he didn't invent that style that he's famous for, the weird angles and everything sort of postmodern. He was hanging out with a group of artists who were doing that and they were finding success, and he just happened to master it. Right? So like the Bald and Bankrupt style of just me and a GoPro, Harold Balder style, a lot of vloggers, they just walk around, no drones, no angle, just telling a story. If you're new to that or you're part of the core guys, you're going to do really well. But if you come third, fourth, I'm like fourth generation now. It's going to be really hard to stand out unless you do some really weird stuff. Matt, I really like watching your videos to relax and calm down, but I get it. A lot of work for little money in the end. Well, that's the thing is like, I have to decide, am I going to build my writing business, which pays me like a lot more? Not fiction writing, which is what I would love to do, but my copywriting. But it takes a lot of time to build any skill set or any audience. An audience takes a long time to build. I'm staying in the tourist area and down on the European side, but on the southern part across the bridge. Because in Istanbul, you have 3 parts. You have the tourist spot, there's a bridge, the European spot, and a bridge over here in the Asian side. I was on the Asian side. My only Istanbul video is on the Asian side, and everything's way cheaper over there and way cooler. It's like the hipster area. And now I'm in the super touristic area where everything is 6 times the price, and it's annoying because everyone's trying to hawk you and scam you. I really don't like it here, except for the view. And it's going to be dark soon, and then my video is going to look really bad. You're traveling around Albania. The hostels are six euros. Wow. Are they good though for $6? Are they nice and clean? I usually don't go for the cheapest hostel. I go for the hostel with the best reviews. And I always sort by worst reviews and read the worst reviews. Romania had the worst hostels I've ever been to in my life. But that's because all the best ones closed because of the scamdemic. North Macedonia and Sofia, the hostels were $6. Yeah, I've been to Sofia in Bulgaria. In 2019, I did a lot of Eastern Europe already. See, I just started filming in Mexico, but I've actually done a lot of Eastern Europe. I've been to Ukraine, Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria, and I've been to Berlin. And then in Asia, I've been all over Asia since 2013. I've been there like 3 times, but I never vlogged. I never thought about doing that kind of thing. Not until I saw Bald and Bankrupt, and I just said, if this guy can do it, I can do it. Because of the dating experience I have, the ability to cold approach and talk to strangers, I thought I have a skill that most people don't have. They can do 4K videos. I can go up to people and start conversations. And that's something that Harold Balder and Baldwin Bankrupt also have, is this ability to interact with strangers, and they're very confident socially. So I thought that would be my angle, but I think there's a lot of YouTubers that can also do that. Yeah, Africa, I'm definitely looking at Africa. But I'm at this point where I'm really like I'm burning through my savings again because uh I spent a lot of time on YouTube when I first started in Latin America, and then I stopped and got a job, and I wasn't putting out a lot of content while I wrote for a agency. I got fired from that agency after 5 months. I just got bored of it. And now I've got savings again, but I'm not making really much money. I only made like $1,200 last month, not working much. And I'm spending more. So now to go to Africa, it might be hard to get work done there. I don't know. I can keep dumping money into travel and just making tons of videos. If I could get to $2,000 a month on YouTube, then I could go anywhere and do anything, really. Because I could sleep in a box. I don't care where I sleep. I don't need to sleep in a hotel. I could literally sleep in a box. How are you guys doing? How's life? Have you gotten out of your countries yet, or are you doing anything really interesting? Thanks for listening to me think out loud. I needed to talk to somebody, so I thought I'll talk to my laptop. Lindsaylavida. Check out southern Spain, like Malaga, Granada is really cool. The cheapest region of Spain, Cadiz and Tarifa. Some of my friends, they were just on an island there, and they said it was really cheap on this island. Yeah, Spain's on my list of places actually because I spent so much time in Latin America. I wanted to go somewhere where I didn't have to speak Spanish. So all my subscribers wouldn't be like, "You need to learn Spanish." But Spain's on my list of places to go for sure. I think Spain is so well covered though by YouTubers. Like there's going to be so much content in Spain. You got a one-way ticket to Athens and then got the bus to Bulgaria. Good for you, bro. Athens, Greece. Yeah, Greece is actually I never thought much about Greece, but now I'm so close to it. I'm really into the historical aspect of this region. Like Troy, the famous Troy, the place where they rolled in the Trojan horse, is just not far from here. I can go to that spot and pretend I'm Brad Pitt. I was like, Brad Pitt was here? Wow. Uh, and they have in the very southern part of Turkey, they have a place called Göbekli Tepe, which is the oldest known establishment of human colonization, like where they actually had religion and organized agriculture. Göbekli Tepe. Göbekli Tepe is so interesting because it predates what archaeologists thought was the oldest starting point of civilization by like 10,000 years or something like that. And it's like all these smug archaeologists were like, no, there's no way humans are that old. And Göbekli Tepe proved them all wrong. Scientists, archaeologists, they're always wrong. And they're so smug. They're like, the science says, the archaeology says, and then they're always proven wrong. Always. And they're so smug to people who challenge them. I was so glad when Göbekli Tepe was proven to be so old, older than the pyramids of Egypt, way older. I actually believe civilization started like a million years ago, and it's just been wiped out by floods and calamities, and that's why it's hard to find records of it. And whenever like actual artifacts are found to prove that humans were alive before the flood, and the flood happened, the Noah's flood, the place where Noah's Ark supposedly landed is here in Turkey, the biggest mountain, and they said they found like evidence of sediments up on the top of this volcano where Noah's Ark supposedly landed. But there were civilizations going back for a long time before even the Bible came about. Because but anything before the Bible has been suppressed. The powers that be don't want us to know about this, but there's a really great book by a guy Graham Hancock, Graham Hancock, called Fingerprints of the Gods. And he did a lot of research into all of these megalithic structures and found out that they all have very similar construction methods. Like there's a certain block that they use. It's like a L-shaped block. very precise. It's called a keystone, and they found it in the same like the same megalithic structures, like the pyramids, Göbekli Tepe, over in South America, up in North America. And so it's obvious there was a worldwide civilization that was sharing, or at least many civilizations sharing information with each other back when our archaeologists were saying they were, just savages living in caves. We don't know shit, man. We really don't. Matt, maybe you could niche in dating and traveling. I'm just tired of dating stuff. I did it for so long, and I don't care about talking about men's penises all the time. Like sometimes I'll get into it, but as a full-time topic, it's just dead to me. It's so boring. Meeting and dating beautiful people, kind of reality TV show. Yeah, that kind of stuff does really great. It's a great idea, and if you have the guts to go do that kind of content, it will always do well. So, health, wealth, and relationships, or sex, fear, and violence, they will always do well. Pakistan, yeah. Anyone who goes to Pakistan gets massive views on YouTube because it's dangerous, right? Maybe it's not on the ground, but they portray it as that. But these new vloggers are getting popular by going to Pakistan, the middle of Africa, Ukraine, like war zones. That's what it takes now to get noticed. It's kind of sad, though. Pakistan, though, would be really interesting. Spain is expensive. Yeah, I heard Spain's quite expensive. I'm not working much, so when I get that's the thing. If YouTube took off and paid for my travels, then I could really not worry about it. But in the meantime, I got to stop and work all the time, and when I have to stop to work, I can't create content. I can, but it takes away from anything else I want to do. So it's a hard decision. Lindsay, you started your channel in Spain, but haven't been there since 2016. It's your favorite place on earth. A lot of people are in love with Spain, and I definitely need to go check it out because I think it's a magical place, kind of like Greece and Spain, Egypt. These are classical, magical places. Turkey or Istanbul is Constantinople. It's a magical place. It was the last refuge of the Roman Empire, and the Ottomans conquered and wiped out the Roman Empire, which is crazy. The story about the siege of Constantinople is so interesting. Yeah, I have Ethereum, but it's not worth anything right now. I have like $500 worth, which is now worth about $50. What countries have I been to? I've been to 22 countries. So maybe 23 countries now. To list them would take a little while, but like Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, America, obviously, England, Germany, Poland, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Serbia, Hungary, Latin America, just Mexico, Guatemala, and Colombia. And there's probably a bunch that I missed in there. Bali, oh yeah, Indonesia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The cheapest country is Georgia. Yeah, a lot of nomads are talking about Georgia. So I've been looking at it because it's at the very top of Turkey. I'm going, maybe I should go to Syria, huh? I'm getting pretty close. I'm going to spend some time exploring Turkey, and then I have to go to Montenegro to meet my friend, if that still works out. If it doesn't, maybe I'll go to Iraq. I'm seriously thinking about going to Iraq. My mother hates to hear that, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers going to Iraq and having a great time. Bali is not that far, John. I mean, you just hop on a plane. You sleep half the way. I think Bali is overrated. Just there's too many tourists there. And if you're staying in like the main area, Canggu and all that, where it's just full of Australians and like obnoxious traffic, and the streets are so small. It's a really beautiful place, but it's just so commercialized. It's so commercialized, and people are just so desperate to get your money. It's annoying. Like you can't go anywhere and have real interactions with people until you move out further and further away from Canggu. I'm just talking about Bali, the little area, not Indonesia in general. I don't know much about the rest. I really prefer Thailand. There you have space to breathe. You can get on a motorbike and drive around the whole island and not see many people. No one's gonna mess with you, trying to sell you shit so hard if you're outside of the tourist areas. Indonesia is cheap. Yeah, it is cheap. They have great food in Indonesia. Like Bali had amazing food. That was one thing I really enjoyed about it. Do I have Patreon? No. Patreon is really a bad company. I have this thing I use called Buy Me a Coffee, and if you look at the profile on my, I think on my YouTube profile, there's a link to my Buy Me a Coffee. If, or people are using my, I have that new function down there, not super chat, but it's like some new function on the bottom of every video where someone can give you a tip, but no one ever does. Uh, just vlog and be yourself. Share about the things you like. Your vibe attracts your tribe, as they say. You sound like my sisters. They're like, if you enjoy it, just do it. But you know, I don't know if it's the same for women, but men, we tend to get sick with ambition, and we want to see our plan executed and have some kind of achieve some kind of goal. And when things just flounder for so long, it becomes very demotivating. It's like validation. Maybe I'm seeking validation. How's your channel doing, Lindsay? Are you killing it? How many subs do you have? Is your channel growing? I've been thinking about niching, like food is a big thing, but I don't want to eat that much because I'll get fat. Fitness is a thing. I don't know. But I like the idea of just being myself. That's great advice. And so did you switch up on your I'm getting tired of making videos, I quit speech? I'm still thinking about it. I was thinking about it all day, honestly. That's why I decided to do a live stream and just get it out. I need to know there's like, even if there's people who like my videos like you guys, I need to know that there's people that are enjoying it, because I don't find it that fun to make videos or that fun to edit videos just for nothing. If it's not going to make me a living and I'm not going to make friends from it, I'm not going to get any advantage out of it. There's a lot of other things I could be doing that are a lot more creatively fulfilling. Like I could start another channel and do like a philosophy channel, or a self-help channel, or a conspiracy channel, and maybe have travel elements in it. So I know like Dakota of Earth, he has a spiritual angle and a psychedelic angle, but he also travels. And so his channel's done really well. The dating thing, I've done it for too long, and I'm just not that interested in focusing on dating anymore because I hardly date myself. Like I've been with one woman in like the last year for like a week. It's just not something I spend much time on. So I'd be a total faker if I said, "Oh, I'm a dating expert." Um, yeah, I was just in El Salvador. Oh yeah, I didn't get to El Salvador. I really wanted to, but maybe next time. Colombia or Mexico? They're both great. Colombia, I had the time of my life. Amazing place. And Mexico is like it's like the best friend next door that has a lot to offer that you had no idea about. Like, oh, there's Johnny, the guy that you know next door. What, you collect you collect assault rifles? Whoa, that's Mexico. When it's possible, you should do one of those trips to North Korea. That would be that would be really cool. I would love to go to North Korea. I would like to go do bong rips with Kim Il Jung. Like, but bro, you don't need to like flash your nukes all the time. You don't need to step up like that. Just make friends with people. If Kim Il Jung would just stop being crazy and saying crazy shit all the time and just socialize with other countries, people would chill out on him. But these dictators always have to act crazy. That's why the world is scared of them, right? And doesn't want them to have nuclear weapons because they say crazy shit all the time. You're gonna take a break? You have 4,500 subs. That's great. Yeah. Don't you wish you had 14,000? I always want more. I just want more. It's not even the subs for me. It's like I want the views to at least be 1,000 for a video. Like, uh, When a video can't even break 3 or 400 views, I'm just like, "What am I doing wrong? Like, what's going on?" And it's very demotivating. But I think you have hits and you have, like, if you're a creator, if you're creating videos, movies, books, songs, you get hits and you get flops, and you just have to roll with it, right? And hopefully you just put out more and more hits. Then you got some people that are just nothing but hits. They're like rock stars at whatever they do. Hit, 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 hit. Your teaching in Spain videos took off? Yeah, teaching in Spain, that's a niche, right? So that's my problem is I don't have a niche. New directions. Canada is loosening the restrict. Yeah, Canada dropped the vaccine requirements for airplane travel. So I can now go on a plane again, but they still have a 14-day quarantine. So if I return because I'm not vaccinated, I have to quarantine for 2 weeks. Still, it's ridiculous. You think I need to have that conversation with Vladi? Who's Vladi? I have a high amount of views for a channel my size. I'm doing really well. Thank you. I mean, that's what people say. But then I look at these videos where guys walk around and they just point the camera at hot girls and they call it walking tours and they're getting millions of views. Millions. They're making hundreds. I just lose my motivation. I'm like, why am I doing this? I could do that. Just a hidden camera. I like talking. I like creating work, but why not just get a hidden camera, point it at the hot girls as you walk around Barcelona? Nobody knows. Upload it to YouTube, and then you get like 30,000 subscribers in your first month. That's the way it's going right now. Oh, Vladimir Putin. Yeah, I wish he was my dad. Okay, so I hope I didn't bum you guys out. You gave me some good ideas, and you inspired me to start editing my next video, which is going to take me a couple hours. It's not even a really, it's just bits and pieces of me walking around in Istanbul. Istanbul's so huge, you can't go anywhere without having a little adventure. But I'm starting to think like I need a story. I need to be like, I'm going across all of Turkey on 1 foot or something. Like, Vladimir Putin. I hope that war stops, man. I've been to Ukraine and I'm part Ukrainian. My grandmother is a Ukrainian. And I love that country. But I'm not like, fuck Russia. I'm not like, fuck the Nazis of Ukraine. Like, there's too much going on for me to have an opinion on it. I just don't want the war to continue, but war has existed and always will exist. I just hope it doesn't spread across the rest of Europe or the world. Because if it spreads and it gets really bad, next thing you know, Taiwan is going to be getting bombed by China. Australia is going to join that fight. Japan will join the fight. Like Iran's going to start. Everyone's going to start attacking Israel. It could get really bad. So let's just meditate on living in a peaceful reality. Oh, there goes the mosque singer. Oh, that's amazing. Can you hear him? Let's go up to the roof. I'll show you guys the view from the roof. I'm right beside the Blue Mosque and the Hagia Sophia, which apparently is like really epic, but I haven't been inside of it yet. It's coming from that direction. My laptop is a M1 MacBook Air. It has a terrible selfie camera. Yeah, it is. It's a great view. It's evening now. It's actually almost 9 p.m. Still daylight. Look at this tower out here. There. Looks like something out of Star Trek. Seagulls chilling up here. These seagulls are like savage. They will steal a sandwich right out of your hand. All right. All right, gang. Thanks for motivating me. Adios.